Apparently Epiphone is not screwing around. This new collection of Epiphone inspired by Gibson custom reissue guitars are the best Epiphone releases that I have seen in years, maybe the best ever. I'm gonna give you my first take on this new collection of amazing guitars. We got Les Pauls, SGs, Firebirds, Gibson open book headstock, we've got Gibson pickups, custom buckers, we got a double cut with P90s, the works. And we got rosewood fretboards. We were all crying, we want rosewood, not laurel. They listened, obviously they want to be on top of the market, because not only did they give you all these incredible features that I'll show you, they kept the prices the same for now. This is something to move on. Hey, it's John from Play and Trade Guitars, and I'll tell you what, this collection, I almost spit out my coffee this morning as I looked over the specs and the collection. It is breathtaking. I'll tell you at the top, I believe these will sell through quickly, and they'll keep them in regular production, but there's always a risk in the future prices go up. I don't know. I mean, if you are on the fence about inspired by Gibson Custom, this revamp with these new reissues, it's the best I've seen. And if you are in the market for one of these guitars or any gear, click to buy new gear using my link. You'll find it pinned in the comments or down below in the description. You'll get fast, free shipping and easy payment plans. It makes buying new gear super easy, and you help me make these videos. And if you like guitar reviews and in-depth demos of the guitars that we're talking about, hit subscribe, because I'm going to bring you in-depth demos for all of these guitars. They're on their way. I absolutely cannot wait. All right, without further ado, let's take a first look at this collection inspired by Gibson custom reissue guitars. I have them ordered from low to high. We'll talk specs and features, and I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment and let me know which you think the standouts are. I'll tell you my absolute favorites at the end. Let's dive into these. I am absolutely blown away. Kicking it off at $999, under $1,000, we've got the 1960 Les Paul Special Double Cut. This is really exciting for one reason, because Gibson USA is not even making a double cut Les Paul Special right now. And here for under $1,000, you're getting Gibson USA P90s, okay? You're getting a rosewood fretboard and that traditional slab mahogany body with that double cut design. This guitar is gonna have a slimmer neck, and I just absolutely love that TV yellow color, and I think that this is gonna be a top seller. You've gotta have a guitar with P90s, and I recommend that when you do, you get a guitar with two P90s. So not only do you have one of my favorite guitars, the Les Paul Special, but you get the added bonus of having the double cut. Makes those upper registers a lot more accessible. And under $1,000 with a hard shell case. These all include hard shell cases, and I'll point it out again. These all have the open book actual Gibson mustache headstock. You've got rosewood, and this is a bound rosewood fretboard on the Les Paul Special Double Cut. You got these pearloid dot inlays, a pair of Gibson, yes, Gibson P90s. This would be a one and done guitar for looking for a P90 equipped guitar with two P90s. Biting attack and bridge with a singing voice and a warm blanket and neck. Gotta have a guitar with P90s. This one is gonna be a top seller for sure. This beautiful 335, Gibson open book, rosewood, true mother of pearl block inlays on this guitar, and a set of Gibson custom buckers. Custom buckers cost $500 for the set, and they're included in this guitar. You also have the hard shell case, and it's $1149. It's cheaper than some of the other 335 offerings that used to have laurel. So they are making an aggressive statement that they wanna be on top, and they really want to deliver when it comes to features and value. I am honestly really impressed, and I can't wait to play these guitars. Subscribe so you don't miss those demos. What a beautiful 335, 1962. It's going to have a slim taper C neck, so a 60s style slim profile in the neck. Custom bucker humbuckers available in cherries, which I'm a sucker for the cherry. I would definitely go for that. You also have a vintage burst, which looks beautiful. So a 335, it's like they're giving you the quintessential collection of guitars in one set, right? You gotta have a guitar with P90s, you gotta have a semi-hollow, there's your 335. Now check this SG out, 1964 SG Standard with custom buckers, and you're gonna have the Maestro Vibrola. So you get the added tonality of the Maestro Vibrola and just the added fun of having that whammy bar there. SGs have an essential component to their voice that's different than a Les Paul. It has a singing quality that comes, in my opinion, from that lighter weight slab mahogany body, which is carved with those Florentine devil horns. Slightly offset, by the way, which is hard to notice, but one of the key characteristics. And just an absolutely beautiful guitar. I mean, I don't think you could go wrong with basically anything. You can definitely tell these are inspired by the Gibson Custom Shop, and it shows in what they're doing with these guitars. $12.99 available in cherry. All right, now, Here's the thing, they revamped the Firebirds. These were already in the lineup and they weren't cheap, right? Here's a Firebird 1 with a single Gibson USA mini humbucker. That's the Firebird humbucker at $12.99. But they took both the Firebird 1 and the Firebird 5, the 1963, and they put rosewood on the fretboard because, yeah, I mean, we were saying it's a great guitar. It's still the only Firebird in production right now with the true neck-through construction, which is correct for a Firebird. Gibson USA is currently not making one, so I think it's actually really worth pointing out that if you want a true-to-form Firebird with neck-through construction, mahogany wings, and the way it's supposed to be built, you can actually get that from Epiphone. You can't get it from Gibson USA right now. And the one complaint at this $16.99 price point before is that for everything it did right, it didn't have rosewood. And I think it's just clear that that was important to a lot of people and they listened. So here at $16.99, they've revamped this Firebird 5 with rosewood. This Epiphone, inspired by Gibson Custom Firebird 5, is the closest you can get to a Firebird 5 in production without going to the Gibson Custom shop and spending big, big bucks. Those are beautiful, but here's a Firebird 5 that's built the correct way that anybody can afford. All right, I've saved the Les Pauls to last, and they are absolutely stunning. We previously saw the 1959 Les Paul, which was super cool. But in this collection, we're given reissues like the Gibson Custom Shop. When you hear people say something like R9 or R0 or R7, what are they talking about? They're talking about historic recreations of vintage Les Pauls, and that's indicating the year. So R9, 1959, R0, 1960. They actually did that with the Epiphone collection, and I think that is super impressive. The first one I'm gonna show you, stunner right here, gold top. I'm an absolute sucker for a gold top. You've got the 1957 Les Paul gold top, and true to form here, it's going to have a thicker 50s profile neck. They went with what they're calling a 50s rounded medium C, so it should be a little thicker, which is a hallmark of it. If you've ever played a Gibson Custom Shop R7, they do tend to have thicker necks. But they did it right here. I mean, they've got the open book headstock, the rosewood bound fretboard. This is a Les Paul standard with a gold top, custom bucker humbuckers, $12.99 with a hard case. Really, really hard to argue with that in any way. And this is what I was telling you. If you shop using our link too, you can find it pinned in the comments or down below in the description. If you're watching on TV, you just scan this QR code, you shop on your smartphone. But this is the payment plans I was telling you about. You can do 12 months, no interest, $108, and this is yours. Ships super fast, free one-day shipping currently. You can check by location. But get on this link and check out the finish options, what's available, and I'm telling you, it's a really good way to buy new gear, and it helps me make these videos. Two more Les Pauls to show you. This is gonna be the 1960 Les Paul Standard reissue, and so when you hear 1960 Les Paul, that's gonna indicate a thinner or slimmer neck. Think 60s slimmer when it comes to Les Paul necks. The more early you go into the 50s, the more thick the neck tends to get. And 59 is what they typically kind of describe as the Goldilocks, kind of in between sweet spot for the neck. And while this 1960 Les Paul will have that slim 60s neck and is available in iced tea burst or washed cherry sunburst, which is beautiful, this revamp of the 1959 Les Paul Standard is a knockout. I love that deep cherry sunburst or washed bourbon. And in any case, with the three Les Pauls that I showed you, they are all gonna have Gibson custom bucker humbuckers. Again, $500 set of humbuckers. They're all gonna have hard shell cases, open book headstock. And now the headline here on top of all that is that you're getting the true rosewood fretboard. And even beyond that, look at these beautiful mother of pearl trapezoid inlays. I mean, in one way, this is even superior because you have mother of pearl trapezoid inlays instead of acrylic. And it's just, they really went the extra mile on all these guitars. Which is your favorite of this collection? I have all of them on the way so that I can check them out and show them to you in person. Of course, we'll plug them in. We'll talk bench specs. I'll give you a performance, but I'd love to hear from you. What are your reactions to the new Inspired by Gibson Custom reissue collection? They came out swinging with this collection and it is super impressive. Especially in the States, we're all worried that guitar prices are going to go up. And it's a statement that this new collection came out at basically the same price as the prior Inspired by Gibson Custom lineup, but with added features like the true rosewood. They did an incredible job on this collection. I can't wait to see them in person and play them. Remember, if you're in the market for any of these guitars, click to buy that new gear using my link, or scan this QR code, shop on your smartphone. And I am giving away a Gibson Les Paul Standard when we hit 100,000 subscribers. To win that guitar, just hit subscribe if you haven't, turn on notifications, and sign up down below. All right, we'll talk in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Subscribe so that you don't miss the demos on these guitars and get to shop it, because man, I'm telling you, these are gonna be popular. Thanks for watching this video. Check out another demo on Play and Trade guitars. Subscribe and I'll see you on the next video. We'll break these down, we'll play them, I promise. It's John for Play and Trade Guitars. See you next time and keep playing.